welcome back to Specs. I hope you guys all good and having fun. I know it's been a while, but this is still the place to hang out for a little bit of building, painting, hobbying, and some crafting. Now, I get it, it's been a little while, but I've had a series of unfortunate events which, I would just rectify over these next couple of weeks. It's going to make no difference. A lot of my work I pre-recorded, had it stacked up and ready to go, and unfortunately the hard drive fell over. It is what it is, it's okay. Which means I've had to go out and get some of those magazines again so I can reopen them for you to see, which is kind of nice because I could always use extra models or use them for a giveaway. And talking of a giveaway, the 500 giveaway subscriber will be very soon. I want to make it, as I said, maybe even a different video, something which is reasonable, something to give back to you to say thank you. I appreciate you guys spending that time here, and it's great. I'm glad you subscribed, and that will be for the subscribers only. This particular one. So no, you just can't enter randomly. It's for the people that was here, was putting it down. They put in the work, laid the foundation, and made sure I was here doing my stuff. Thanks, guys and gals, and non-binary people. It's 2020. I can say that. It's okay. I think it's good still. Is it good? I don't know. Whatever, man. Look, we're here to have fun. So, Hachette has had a few delays recently. They're changing the warehouse or what have you, so the conquest has kind of slowed down. Not because I haven't picked up a couple of extra magazines just in case this will happen, but the particular deliveries, issues number 71 to 74, they've still got hold of. I have told them, like, hey, look, send them quick because I need them and I would like to review them. So what they instead offered, because they couldn't send those to me right away, was these instead, which is the Mortal Realms magazine, issues 1 and 2. So with the recent kind of update and outpouring of Warcry items, I think that these might be really good to get you into Warcry for a simple $2.99 for the first issue. I know it has been out for a while, I know people have reviewed it, but I'm going to look at that in this video, on both of these, and see how they really compare with the first 2 issues of the 40k conquest to see if Hachette has learned anything. Thank you, Hachette, for sending them. I am still waiting on my magazines, clearly. It's a nice gesture, but I will review them as is, as I always do. But it is appreciated. Okay, so let's get this open and go from there. Now there is a bundle of stuff in this magazine, an absolute bundle, and for $2.99, this totally blows the other magazine out of the water, 100%. I mean, just looking at it, I can already tell that we have enough models to get started. We have 6 dice bases. We've got a 12-inch ruler. So right away, we are getting ready to play in this magazine. The other magazine, you had to buy 2 issues before you could even start playing. And that's just the way it was. So this is great. We have our sprues, and these sprues are recent release, 2018. So these are fresh. And what I do appreciate about it, again, we've got the dual color. That worked really well in the Conquest magazine. I don't know if they do that for the older models, but Age of Sigmar's models are fairly new, and they're absolutely beautiful. The design work is amazing. I love the little cloth details where you don't really get on Space Marines. So you can really have fun with painting these, and uniquely as well. Not that you couldn't do that for your Marines, but there's a big difference. So there's our chain rasp horrors. We've got 10 of them, and it looks like there's spare bits there. And we have our sequitors. We've got 3 of them. Now, if you played Shadespire, when you had your Shadespire box set, or you got the models individually, you got these beautiful bases which were pre-designed. And I mean, these are great for contrast. If you wanted to paint them up that way, you could just do that. But these, I mean, I would use these on my bases. I'm sure you pay something like £10 for a box of 10 of these bases, or maybe even more. So that in itself is some really good value. It's hidden value. Everything here is push fit by the looks of it. Everything's clean, tidy, nice, and that's a really good starting set. Yeah, well, there we go. That wins already. We have ourselves a battle mat, which the battle mat itself, it's got 2 sides. One's for the setup for the game, because you must be playing with all that stuff there. So yeah, that's 10 and 3. Yeah, right, there you go. So that's great. That's a nice start. What else have we got? Small bases there, slot fit, although the slot there hasn't been punched all the way through. Doesn't take long to make that happen. So, well, from the looks of it, I mean, even if you were just into like D&D or roleplay or something, you could use these models for a scenario right away. Town guards and the ghosts haunting the village. Well, you got that right there. So that's for $2.99 to win. Now you can go back online and order this. I'm not doing Hachette as a solid there, but you know, it is what it is. They were nice enough to send these, so let me at least you know, point that out. So it's not that these are gone and finished. It has taken me a while to get here, obviously, to start reviewing these. It was a choice. Was thinking, do I review it, do I not? I don't want to buy the whole set, as I've already mentioned this. But there have been a lot of people on the channel that have shown a lot of interest or want to at least see it. I'll see what I have to say about it, so I'm happy to do that for you. So I've got information on Sigmar, Nagash, the two main opponents of this game, its current standing. We've got Shaiish, the whole realm map. Again, you could just steal that for your D&D campaign. I would. Places of interest, so yeah, that's all good. So with Warcry being out as well, you could use those models for Warcry. You might need a few more of the Sequitors though to make up a warband. So let's have a look. What do we have here? We have our models, which we're going to be getting in a collection. So so they haven't kept to the coloured plastic. I was kind of hoping they would, but they haven't, and that's okay. It's up to them. They've got some nice terrain there. There's some strong terrain. That's really nice. You could use that for any system pretty much. And we've got our models there for Stormcast, and you've got I think it's Celestant Prime. Lots of paints, and look at that. We have what is that, mini spatula or you know, like for ground and gravel, where they kind of put that down and push that onto the material. That works right there, rather than wasting your brush. We have our build, paint, play details, that's fine. We have our, look at that. So premium subscription. So beforehand, you had the premium subscription, but they didn't tell you what you got. So these are subscriber items. So if you do subscribe to get these back issues, you will get these items. This is different. A wet palette and a cup. We didn't get that before. We only got these items. So that's interesting. But this, the premium subscription here, look at what you're getting. So they don't, okay. 32-page magazines. So you will get the information, I believe, for the stats for the characters you can use in the game. It's £2 more per month. So that's an extra £160. You'll get the additional colours you'll need for the painting. And I think that would be, I don't think these will be the full, like, they're not called codexes. They're the war guides or something. I can't remember quite rightly. People from Age of Sigmar have to help me out there. But that's not too bad. I don't think that's too bad. It's like start collecting box sets. So that's pretty cool. What else have we got? Information-wise. We have a massive poster. I'm not really a poster person because I don't have anywhere to put them. It doesn't mean someone else might not want it, so you know, might add that to the giveaway. It's a lovely poster. Let's treat that nicely, best I can. What else have we got on the opposite side? Nothing major. Just going through the standard information for collecting them. There you go. So we're used to that anyway. So that's really good. I think that has given me a better understanding of what I'm going to get in my premium subscription without paying. Because last time on Conquest, it was more like a lottery. You just gave them your money and they were like, yeah, we're going to give you this thing which is hidden that we don't know if we will give you or not. It's a horrible, bad decision. They've obviously learned. So let's get to the magazine, the main part of the show. So, the design here is lovely. I love the raw kind of greens, emerald greens alongside the yellow. And these two colours are very difficult to work with because they're the same kind of tonality. They have the same kind of level of cool. So it's difficult to get that contrast. If they were using gold foil, that is going to be expensive. That would pop a lot more, but that's not what they're doing here. And I think they've done a good job for what they got. Picture, layout, image, good on them. $2.99, good price. And we've got 13 models. Let's go. So we have our breakdown as per standard, which is good. And they have made note of, look at that. Packed with this magazine's beautiful fold-out map with information about Sigmar and the gash on the reverse side. So they've even highlighted about the importance of that item. And we're blessed with some lovely artwork. There we go. See, this is the kind of artwork which speaks heroics. It's simply because you can see their faces. With Marines, they normally have their helms on, so you can't see this. So this is actually quite good. Now, this is the model that you got on the front of the magazine, or the models there, fighting off against the ghosts. And what's more scary than a ghost? A hero killing the ghost. Oh no, whatever. Not the Ghostbusters movie. We don't want to talk about that. But look, that's absolutely brilliant artwork. And that just takes me back to those choose your own adventure games. I think it was, is it Ian Livingstone? Where it was you legitimately roll up your stats and you turn pages to get where you go. That's where that puts me. Everybody can identify with heroes against the odds. That's brilliant. That's beautiful. Okay, what have we got? We have information and a beautiful picture there, layout of potential armies that you could have, as always. A little bit of information about Stormcast Eternals. I'm not going to delve into this too hard because, again, I'm just looking at the layout versus the conquest. Okay, that works. Sequitors, these are the models that you're getting, not the Stormcast Eternals. And when it comes to painting gold, you would have seen on one of my model showcases. No, it's a weather pig showing me what you've got. When I'm painting gold, I tend to leave the models gold and not add any other colors unless it's like an ethereal color when it came to Stormcast. So I'll show you that before I maybe retire my models. I've got to think about that. Because I've been winding it up. Warcry is very easy to get into and play. And these models are suitable for that. Versus, you know, everybody ended up in the middle of the board when you're playing larger scale battles for Age of Sigmar. Now, the Bone Reapers look absolutely amazing, and that's true of all Age of Sigmar models. But I think that they're calling me pretty hard. You know, they're calling me pretty hard. They do look pretty nice. Anyway, look, Nighthawk, very much Lord of the Rings design there. They look good. Army layout and spread. Chain rasps are the things that you get in this issue. And they are different types, and they've even named them. So that's a really interesting way of doing things. It gives you more personality and character for the game, and that sets you up for Warcry nicely. So something to think about. Right, how to build. Everything's push fit, no glue needed, which is perfect for getting you started. I mean, already this magazine has given you more than, you know, the Conquest did for 40k. They've set you up with a little bit of story, history, personalize the characters, giving you a map and a realm to fill your imagination, and they're giving you the items to start your battles already. So even if you make up your own version of the game, using what you've got something you can really make a start with versus having to wait 2 or 3 issues for Conquest. I'm not saying it was bad. It obviously made you buy in and made you to become committed, but I think that this is more rewarding just to get you started. I mean, you know, it's almost a full game, look. So you got your dice, you got your combat there, you got your movements. They already got you going. Piling weapons, hit, remove models. So they are already getting you into the game. That's a lot better having to than like waiting a whole week to make that start. So I remember waiting a week before you could test out what you had. Yeah, this is good. This is so much more better. So much more better. Descriptive, layouts, images, a lot clearer on what to do. Because when you're first starting off, you have an idea of the theory behind it, but until you start pushing around models to see how it works out, it can be a bit tricky to like kind of put in, so bring to life some of those concepts. So that's really good. Well done, Hachette. Even though you're late still, you're still late. Still need to bring me my magazines, yeah? Don't pretend like you don't know. Right, okay. So, magazines, you can subscribe to this, so you would get the back issues and you would get the subscription items. Yeah, it's worth noting that, just in case you think you've missed out. Okay, so what can I say? This Mortal Realms magazine, it is a good introduction start to the Age of Sigmar system. They give you models so you can get combated right away. The models can actually be used for different genres, which is a bonus. The layout of the magazine looks nice, and I think they've definitely learned a lot from doing the 40k version of this magazine. There is one thing that I would say is worthwhile them taking into consideration for the future, which is, in my opinion, I think that they should have had these Chain Rasp Horrors be something like the new Bone Reapers. Because at least then, if you take your models to a Games Workshop or to your local gaming store, you do want to play, then at least then you have something new and interesting which everybody else is really learning at the same time, so you don't feel like too much of a beginner. And that could have been nice. Now, for myself personally, do I think this is better than the first magazine? Yeah, from Conquest, 100%. But will I be collecting it? I'll only be collecting the models or maybe the terrain from this, because that terrain is directly, well, most of it is from Warcry, so that is a good investment to grab those magazines. But for myself, I don't know. The future will have to show. I'll have a look at the second issue and I'll work it out from there. But tell me what you think. Is this something that you would get? Do you think it's better than the Warhammer 40k Conquest magazine? You know, I am actually interested to hear what you have to say about this. You know, I'm not trying to be biased. I've already invested a lot of time in the other magazine and painting, and I'm still kind of waiting to close that out. So maybe that's dragging me to one side versus the other. You know, either way, you never know. This may rekindle my love for Age of Sigmar, and then we'll see what happens there. Either way, this has been Spect. I've enjoyed my time. I hope you've enjoyed yours. And again, sorry for the delay, but clearly I'm back. And PC out.